Hey everyone, and welcome to the Wide World Podcast. We are back with a new series type, kind of like a retro series we're doing. If you guys follow us in the All Elite Zone, we do a lot of WCW reactions. Where we're going to do the same here on the Wide World of Wrestling with Raw. We're going to work our way up to where we left off with WCW. We're going to watch Raw and WCW at the same time. We're basically going to relive the Monday Night Wars while reacting to it. Mr. Jacobs lived through a lot of this, so he'll be able to
Yeah.
give real time reactions to a lot of stuff. But a lot of the stuff I have watched and some of it I haven't. But yeah, we're gonna be watching the first ever Raw episode and the second one. Since each episode back then was only an hour, today we have Raw for like 2 or 3 hours. Back then it was only for an hour
Yeah.
when it first started. So we're gonna watch episode 1 and 2. This is gonna be a very different type of Raw. I remember watching these first few episodes. It's been a long time. I know they took place at the Manhattan Center in New York, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it was a very small version of Raw starting out. Later, it progressed because the WCW grew and grew because they had to. They couldn't stay the same anymore because of WCW. Uh, but yeah, if you guys like to follow us along, uh, I'm not for sure what episodes is or is not on Netflix because a lot of the old Raw episodes on Netflix are not available. They have like 1993 to 2001. Then it goes
Mm-hmm.
to 23, 24, and 25 and 2026, and it skips uh, quite a lot of years. Uh, but yeah, we're gonna watch the first episode. I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, I'm ready to play.
I'm pressing play.
All right.
It has been a while uh, since I've been on a live reaction. It's been over like it's been a long time. I was telling Mr. Jacobs I don't know if I remember what to say starting out on here, but I look forward to getting back into this with the old stuff. This is the famous open in the Raw. This is the first look we have of Raw, and it's Bobby Heenan and Sean Mooney.
Yeah. The
I love
legendary Sean Mooney. Shout out to Sean too.
Bobby Heenan's hilarious. If anyone, I do remember
Yeah.
what happens throughout the night here. He's gonna try to get in all night.
Yeah, that's it is great, man. Just the links he'll go to try to get into Raw. The first ever episode. I love the old entrance too. It's pretty nostalgic to be honest with you. Because like I said, I remember I was watching that Monday night when it debuted, and because beforehand, the only time you can really watch, well, the only time I was able to watch wrestling at the time, as far as WWF, was like on the weekends. They would have like the weekend review, and like they would have like WWF Mania and stuff like that, and they would have random matches, or they would also have WWF Superstars, and they
Yeah,
would have Saturday Night every now and then. But that's like the only time you would catch WWE at the time or WWF. But Raw is kind of what was able to kind of, I guess, make it digestible for the storylines. You know what I mean? Like, because before, there were storylines, but I think Raw made it easier for people to digest the storylines.
yeah. I think there was Superstars. There was like Tuesday Night Titans.
Hmm.
There was all these shows, but I feel like Raw really connected a lot of the storylines on a week to week basis.
Yeah.
Um,
And by the
one
way,
thing
the
I didn't
Macho
like.
Man. By the way, I gotta. I'm sorry to interrupt. By the way, the Macho Man hated being at this position. He hated being in
Yeah,
the commentary. Hated it.
if anyone's watched the old Monday Night Wars documentaries and stuff, this is not what he wanted to be doing. He wanted to be inside the ring. He didn't want to be doing the commentary gig. I think that he
Right.
was injured and he did it like as a part time thing until he got better. But once he got cleared, he was ready to get back in the ring.
Hmm.
But Vince wanted him to be at the announce table, and well, once we get to it, well, because I think they make an announcement like on air, like when he leaves,
Yeah.
and
Eventually,
he
that was
goes.
like the catalyst of why he left. Though, was because Vince didn't see him as a guy in the ring anymore. He saw him as an old head.
At this point in time, like WWE was pretty much getting into the new generation era. Like I mean, as you see right now, there's Yokozuna and Koko Beware.
The first match of Raw, it was Koko Beware and Yokozuna.
I mean, they didn't have any use for Hulk Hogan anymore. They barely have a use for Ultimate Warrior anymore. Barely. Well, he screwed that up.
That was his fault.
He probably would have still been there a few more years if he wouldn't have screwed his little stint up. But Macho Man was pretty much fixing to be leaving.
Yeah.
Lex Luger's still there, I believe, during this time period, but he's not going to be there much longer. Well, WCW doesn't start till 1995, so he has 2 more years. But I remember when WWE had their, I think it was like the 25th anniversary of Raw, 30th anniversary, and they did Raw from 2 different arenas.
Yeah.
And they did it from, I think it was in Brooklyn where the Barclays Center, and they did one at the Manhattan Center, right here. This is like they did it from 2 areas, and it was a okay reunion, I guess, or anniversary. Yeah. It was okay.
What's up, Davis, in the chat? How you doing?
Yes, thanks for watching, Davis. We definitely appreciate it. Deshaun, thanks for watching.
Deshaun,
yes, I'm
hey.
glad to be back. Guess we're doing some, this is sort of like a retro series we're doing. We're basically going to be starting with Raw. As I said earlier, we're going to start with Raw. 1993, we're going to go to 95. Then we stopped in 96 with WCW. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to get where we were. And we're going to match it up and then do Raw and WCW. Wow.
Look at that shot of Yokozuna. Right between the legs, looking at Koko. That was a really good shot, though, I have to admit. Iconic shot of Yokozuna.
Well, we definitely appreciate you stopping by, Deshaun. Even if you couldn't stay for the full thing, we definitely appreciate you. Yeah, that was a pretty... anytime they document of Yokozuna, that's the one shot they go to.
Yeah. That and them squashing a guy to death. Pushes Koko Beware into the corner.
I always loved Koko Beware. To me,
awesome.
I always seen him all the time as a kid because he was big in Memphis wrestling, and I live near Memphis, so it was always Jerry Lawler, Jimmy Hart, Koko Beware, Brian Christopher.
Yeah, if you notice on the first episode of Raw, they went straight into a match. No promo, no segment. It's right into a match.
Yeah, they went to the Bobby Heenan and Sean Mooney. Then that was 30 seconds. Then they had the commentators' entrances straight into the match. Even though this match isn't going to last long, Koko Beware doesn't really get any. Or he tries, at least. He tries.
He bounces off of him. I remember when that happened when I was little and Koko Beware bounced off of Yokozuna. I could not stop laughing. That was probably one of the funniest parts of the match when he bounced off of him.
Oh.
So he keeps trying to drop kick him when nothing's happening. He hit those ropes hard.
I mean, Yoko's having a.
It's like whatever a predator plays with its prey before it eats it. You know.
Pretty much.
And I forget who else they have on commentary, but that guy was not made. He was not built for commentating wrestling. I think he was a radio host. I forget his name, but they said it earlier in the show. But he was like a radio host.
Yeah, it was Vince Savage, and I don't know who I think his name was Barrett or something, but he didn't last long because they switched. They switched him out and put Bobby Heenan in his place, and it was Savage, Heenan, and McMahon. This is it. That was a terrible finish, but I think Yokozuna tried his hardest not to squash him completely.
Yeah, I've heard X Pac. He did a famous interview when somebody asked him about Yokozuna, and X Pac said, "Well, he was light as a feather, bro. He didn't touch me at all. He barely touched me." And like he explained how Yoko would do it if he liked you. Like if Yoko liked you, he would take care of you. He would barely even touch you. But if he didn't like you at all, he would do his damnedest to hurt you. And I think I'm pretty sure you've seen that one clip of Yokozuna just squashing the jobber, and then I was like, poor guy. He must have really pissed him off or something.
Yeah, January 20. Royal Rumble.
Earthquake, hell yeah, I remember Earthquake.
I really love
Now,
Earthquake.
This is actually the first Royal Rumble I got to watch.
I actually liked Earthquake better in the WWF than WCW. I thought John said was okay, but I liked the Earthquake.
Earthquake was cool.
He teamed up with Typhoon, the Natural Disasters.
Yeah.
I always liked them a tag team.
They used to have card girls back in the day.
Yeah, it was basically like UFC boxing a little bit with the girls.
They tried it. Because Vince's idea, he wanted to make it like a classy event at first. He wanted to make it look classy. He wanted to have like little tables out there with lamps and have it look classy. But that went to the wayside pretty quickly.
Yeah, that little stint didn't last for long.
Narcissus. That was Lex Luger. That was the debut of Lex Luger.
Lex Luger, his popularity grown pretty fast.
Yeah. So he came in as the narcissist, but for some reason they call him the narcissist. I don't know why the narcissist. Just call him the narcissist. Like Rick Martel wasn't the model; he was the model.
Yeah. Now, if anyone who hasn't watched in a while, Bobby Heenan's gonna be doing this all night. Like he's basically the main storyline of the night, pretty much.
Yeah.
The one part's pretty funny, what he does later on.
Narcissus. That's when Lex Luger had the girls holding the mirrors for him, and the mirrors would have the pyro go out of them, and he would just be stroking. I mean, well, not literally stroking himself, but he would just be so in love with himself that that was his gimmick at the time. The narcissist is like he was the perfect model, kind of like the total package in WCW later days, because he then later came back with the total package and killed off the Lex Luger character. Because towards the end of the WCW run, he quote unquote killed off the Lex Luger character, and he was then the total package.
Yeah, he
you got the Steiners.
Luger blew up pretty fast.
Yeah.
The biggest moment in his WWE career was he beat Yokozuna, but he didn't win the belt.
They acted like he did, though.
I mean, the way the crowd was, it was like he did win, but
they had the confetti, the balloons. They picked him up, gave him a hip hip hooray. I mean, he just beat the dude. What do you mean?
The only thing that moment was missing was the title. Like that,
right?
All was missing, but got the Steiner brothers and I guess two jobbers. I was Doink the Clown.
There's Doink. They messed up whenever they turned Doink face. He should have been a heel his whole career or his whole run. Because the evil clown is awesome. That's an awesome gimmick.
He was perfect as a heel. There was multiple people who played that that character. I
Got
think the
Braun
main
Breaker's dead.
I think the main one who played Doink the Clown died.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice clothesline. Steiner line.
I can see Braun Breaker all right here.
Yeah.
They're pretty much just alike, but Braun Breaker's a little bit faster than his dad.
Yeah. He has
Braun,
his dad's looks, but his uncle's intensity and speed.
Braun Breaker is pretty much the Steiners in one.
Right. That's a good way to put it.
He's got a little bit of Rick and he's got a little bit of Scott.
I swear, whoever this is on commentary is trying so hard to be funny, and he's just not. He is so corny.
Yeah, I just heard him just a minute ago, and like Vince McMahon and Randy Savage is like, yeah.
Oh man, you got. See, that's the thing. I think that Vince is thinking in his head, oh, he's not going to be here much longer.
Yeah, because
All over her head, belly to belly.
ooh, that was a good. Yeah, that was a good belly to belly. I like looking at the fans too, and then comparing it to the modern fans. Because back then, you'd see people with like a normal shirt and stuff. Like you'd see a few with wrestling shirts, but today everyone's wearing a wrestling shirt.
Yeah,
Like back then,
merchandising is huge nowadays.
like you'd see a few people like I'll see a few with wrestling shirts, but a lot of them are like just normal people wearing like getting off work on a Monday and you still got your work clothes on.
Hmm.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, there we go. That's got to do it.
I always love the
Bulldog.
finisher.
They have one of the best finishers.
I've always liked their tights too. They were always colorful. Each week they would.
You can hear that the theme music. It's so generic,
It's definitely 90s.
very 90s.
Sean.
We got Bobby the Brain Heenan out there.
All right, this is the funniest part right here of the
He's
entire night.
dressed up as some lady. Bobby Heenan was so awesome, man. Yeah, man. He'd do anything for a good laugh.
And it actually looks like a woman, really. That's how good he is at acting.
He said, I'm his aunt. I'm his aunt. Bobby is so good, man. Oh, R.I.P. to him, man. I miss that guy.
Razor Ramon.
I think someone said this before. I think I heard somebody say this before. But the funniest thing would have been if at the end of the show they let Bobby go into the building finally, and then the whole thing, the place was empty,
That's what they should have done.
and you just have a shot of Bobby just running into an empty room.
That'd have been a perfect like you started it with him and you end it in the
That
show.
would have been great. That's
Razor.
a bad guy. Check out the shirt on the bad guy, man. This is pretty awesome though, because like I said, the Royal Rumble '93 was like the first one that I got to see. Because I remember my granddad ordered it for us on pay-per-view, and it wasn't cheap back then either. That's like one of the few pay-per-views my granddad would order. He would order Royal Rumble and he would order WrestleMania because those are the only two that he was going to pay for for that year. So that for twice a year he would pay for those. And but yeah, that's like the first one I got to see was the '93 Royal Rumble.
This is January 11th. Then so,
It's kind of like it's kind of like drugs. After you buy the product, you're kind of hooked on it.
the
That's how it goes. Yeah, you start buying it, you're hooked.
so the 11th. Watching the 11th and the 18th. And then 24th. We could watch the World Rumble of '93.
Yeah, it's such a good Royal Rumble.
I was watching the 11th.
Like, didn't see him coming at all. Really, Razor Ramon just runs in. You didn't see him. He's sitting. I mean, the way he's seated, Owen could look right over there and see Razor coming at him. Just the way they shot that was weird. I've always liked the Superman, the little Superman curl that the bad guy always had. He always had that cool little Superman curl.
Yeah. Mm.
Ramon. The cool thing is that the character of Razor Ramon was based on Al Pacino's Tony Montana from Scarface, and the way he pitched it to Vince, Vince had no idea what the hell Scarface was. He'd never seen the movie or anything. So basically, Scott Hall pitched Scarface to Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon was like, "You know what? I love it. Let's do it." And they came up with the character of Razor Ramon. I mean, like, it's kind of like a retired cocaine dealer,
Yeah. Headlock and Hungers. Bronco.
Somalia really fun. I remember watching the Undertaker do one of these the Somali hunger thing, and it was so weird. Cause like he was like, "No child should ever stop."
Yeah.
Like the way he did it was like the I don't know. It was just weird the way it was for good cause, but the message coming from the Undertaker was weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Paul Bear sitting there.
Certain people like. I guess you're wanting to use the bigger stars, but
Yeah,
I don't know character like this Max
it was
Moon.
funny. Here's a little trivia. Do you know who originally was supposed to be who was supposed to play Max Moon?
I believe it was Conan, wasn't it? Or was it?
Yeah, it was Conan. But there was a lot of problems with the suit that he didn't like, and there was issues with I think his pay, and he ended up leaving the company soon after. But he was supposed to be the first Max Moon.
I know he went to WCW, um, and he wore something similar like that, but he was like purple.
Yeah,
But he would take the mask off when he would like
when he would wrestle.
he would wear the mask to his entrance, but just take it off when he wrestled.
Yeah,
But he wore something similar, kind of like that.
we had the Raw debut of Shawn Michaels, the IC champ at the time.
Everyone loves Shawn Michaels.
And there were more vocals to his theme song if you heard. And there was women singing the verses instead of Shawn.
Yeah, I believe was it Sensational Sherry that sung it?
Yeah, it was Sensational Sherry. And I think this is before he started using sweet chin music. I think his Shawn's finisher at the time was, I believe, a teardrop suplex. He kind of puts his arms under your legs and just flips you over into a suplex, kind of a suplex kind of style. But I think he does do a super kick in the match. But I think his finisher was a teardrop suplex at the time.
See, a lot of these stars, like Stone Cold and Triple H, like their finishers beginning wasn't what they were. Like Triple H's finisher was kind of like a diamond cutter, like Diamond Dallas Page at first, but he wanted to change it because someone else was already doing it. And he did it on a jobber once, and he almost took the guy's head off when Triple H first did the pedigree.
I remember that.
Same with Stone Cold, like his finisher wasn't always the stunner. Uh, but when he first did the stunner, it was like just a stunner. But once he he added the kick and then stunned, uh,
Right.
like to add a bit of a, I guess more of a, I guess when they sell like someone like The Rock, he could sell the stunner brilliantly.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that was Conan. Conan and Shawn Michaels would have been a great match.
Yeah, that would have been a better match at the time. Hell yeah.
I don't know who this guy is. I think Conan was in it a few times, but he didn't. I don't think Conan lasted very long. When
I don't think he was there long at all, really.
commercial break.
And I remember Vince, whenever he would do this, there'd go to commercial break and his voice would just go higher and higher. We're going to commercial break, everyone, right, folks.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know why. That shit was the funniest shit ever. That was a nice dive into the corner Sean just did. Now this shit right here, he just pulled out a knife. See, you notice how Vince reacted to it.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels pulled out a knife. He's like, "Oh, come on now. No, you can't say that." Oh, that was great.
Vince McMahon was very. I thought he was very. He was back in this time. I thought he was pretty good on commentary, uh,
Yeah,
especially with him and. Well, once Bobby Heenan got on commentary, it was perfect. Because
yeah, they were great together.
this one little guy on there with them, he doesn't. I don't remember him being on there for long. I believe that's the young Mike Chioda refereeing.
Yeah,
Here's Doink the Clown again. I believe
he's
that's
gonna be
someone.
doing these antics all night.
I believe that's someone in disguise. I can't remember, but I know someone like portrays as Doink the Clown, but it's actually someone important.
He was Matt Bourne, I believe, who did. I believe it was Matt Bourne who did Doink, the first Doink.
Oh, that was a good. That was a good. I like how he rolled and then rolled Shawn Michaels into it. I'm surprised Bobby Heenan didn't try dressing up as Doink the Clown to try to get in.
Oh my god, this guy on commentary is getting on my nerves, dude. He's getting on my nerves. I remember how much I just did not think he was funny when I first watched. I was like, who is this guy? He's better on the radio if that's his job. He sticks to his day job, man. Because
This was in Manhattan, New York, so I bet he was someone from like the New York area or something.
he's doing a Mike Tyson impression. And, oh my god, are you kidding me? And Vince is just going along with it. Shawn Michaels with the powder mullet. Back when he was rocking the powder mullet back then.
Oh God, this guy's terrible. I'm just now hearing him. Golly,
He's annoying as hell, isn't he? He is
who's it?
annoying. I don't know what they're thinking. If anybody can remember the guy who was on commentary with Vince and Macho Man, chime in the chat because I do not remember the guy's name. I think they're gonna say it later probably, but he is not good at all. I think he's a radio host, or he was a radio host at the time in New York.
Yeah, because it was in Manhattan, so like they probably got someone local, so they didn't have to pay him much. But they probably didn't
Ah,
last long.
mm.
They probably were just a big fan. They wanted the shot, and then
Anybody that's in here, yeah.
golly, sounds like he's from the South, even though he's from New York.
What the hell is Macho talking about? They're just rambling now. They're just rambling.
Yeah, he sounds like Adam
Rob
Sandler.
Bartlett, that's his name. Rob Bartlett, a radio personality and comedian. Not much of a comedian, but yeah, that's his name. Have to look it up. That's his name. And he is garbage on the microphone, man. God,
He sounds like Adam Sandler from Waterboy almost.
a little bit when he does his Mike Tyson impression.
Mike, well, why are you trying to be Mike Tyson on? Just be
Because
yourself.
at the time, Mike Tyson was going through a whole lot of legal trouble at the time with his grape charge and whatnot. He was going through his this whole ordeal, and Mr.
Ooh,
Bartlett decided to make fun of it. So yeah,
I guess back then you could get away with it. But
yeah. Well, at the time, yeah, you could.
his work though was what got him axed off though. Yes, see,
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels just did the super kick, and that wasn't his finisher.
yeah. There goes a teardrop suplex.
That's very interesting.
And then later on, he would then get rid of the teardrop suplex and just use the sweet chin music as his finisher.
I don't say I feel like I knew that, but I haven't watched these in such a long time. But that's very interesting. Davis says, "Yeah, he was terrible." If anyone watched during the live, like if you watched like when they actually happened in 1993, like what was your reaction to this dude? Like, all right, here's some of the old commercials.
And this is what I used to watch WWF Mania. That's how a lot of kids got their fill of WWF during the week before Raw. This is before Raw had debuted. You know,
Well,
they had been doing Mania for a while, and that's
came
how a lot of
on
kids would get their fill of WWF for the week.
came on during the morning.
Yeah, Saturday mornings, like during Saturday morning cartoons. Like you watch and that's when USA Network had a slew of cartoons for Saturday mornings. This is way back when they had the USA Express. They had cartoons on USA for kids every Saturday morning, and then after that, they would have WWF Mania after the little block of cartoons. It was perfect Saturday. It was perfect Saturday morning if you're a wrestling fan
I didn't know
as
they
a
had
kid.
cartoons back then. USA,
Oh
because
yeah, it was
nowadays,
huge.
they don't have stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Because USA, it was like one of the first cable channels that had like their own block of Saturday morning cartoons. But they kind of quit all that like in like I think they stopped doing that like probably in the late '90s, early 2000s. They stopped the USA Express, but it was a huge thing for Saturday morning cartoons in the WWF because that's also where the WWF had their cartoon on USA Network.
I'd imagine was that Hulk Hogan cartoon show on there? The Rockin' was it
But
Rockin' Wrestling?
yeah,
Because I know that was a pretty big hit back then, especially back then. Like putting something on like the mornings on Saturday not on Saturdays, like
hmm
cartoons, like those were pretty big hits. Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. It's pretty sad where how Marty Jannetty's career went, but
yeah. But I
after
mean, at the same time, he kind of did it to himself too. So
after they broke up, he had a lot of problems. A lot of not really, well, kind of his wrestling career too, but back behind the scenes, his life just deteriorated. Uh, it got to the point where they just released him, uh,
yeah,
and then they didn't. He came back in like 2011 or 10, and they put the Rockers back together for a night or something.
hmm
A lot of these guys are fixing to leave. Like this is 1993. Like Flair is gonna be gone, Savage is gonna be gone,
yeah.
Rush is gonna be gone, Bob Backlund. Jerry Lawler. That's what it is. Mr. Perfect or something else.
But yeah, the '93 Royal Rumble was pretty awesome. It was pretty cool. Like I said, it was the first one I got to see, and it's pretty. It stands out for me because um, uh, Yokozuna, he won the Royal Rumble that year. That was pretty cool.
I don't know. Rick Martel, Rick Davis. How do you watch all WWF Manias? I know you can't watch it on Netflix. You might be able to go on YouTube and find some older ones, or help me, Mr. Jacobs, watching this right now. We're watching this on a site. I forget what this is called. I believe there's somewhere you could probably watch this, like watch old WWF Manias.
I wonder if ESPN has the rights to the old Manias because they do Mania now, so ESPN could probably have the rights to the old Manias.
I'm gonna look it up and see if there's any. I mean, I know on YouTube they probably got something, but maybe not full episodes.
Yeah, because I've tried to watch old Manias on YouTube, and the quality's always bad, and you always have to watch in parts.
Here's some on YouTube. There's 93, 94, 94, 94.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think you can catch some. I think I believe WWF has a YouTube channel. You could catch them on that channel.
I know WWE has that Vault channel now on YouTube.
Yeah, the Vault channel. You can probably catch them on the WWE Vault.
Because they post a lot of old stuff that you wouldn't expect them to put on there. So it's possible they could have. But I looked it up and there was some on YouTube, but it looked like they were in like bad quality, like basically in the quality that you would have tape recorded them in.
Yeah.
But there's got to be a way you can watch some of those. I really missed the WWE Network when.
Yeah, me too.
Because now everything's so split. Like on Peacock, you got old SmackDown, and Saturday Night's Main Event. On Netflix, you got all this. On YouTube, you got all that. And then on ESPN, you got the pay-per-views. I just liked it when everything was in one place, and you didn't have to subscribe to multiple streaming. Because now, like, you gotta subscribe to Netflix for Raw, and all that stuff, like the old pay-per-views, old Raws, and you're not even getting all the old Raw episodes. Like you're getting half of it because they're still missing like 80% of the Raw catalog. And then you gotta subscribe to ESPN for the pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. Then you gotta have like YouTube TV or something to watch SmackDown and NXT. And then you gotta pay another price to that you having to pay all this. I just missed when Raw, SmackDown's on. He's dressed up as another. Anybody could easily tell that was Bobby Heenan.
Look at the beard. Oh shit! I miss Bobby, man. He was so funny. I've got to go inside.
Everybody knows it, Sam. Hey, you just took his whole thing down. Why would you do that? He just blew his own cover.
Oh man.
This Sunday. Is there a house?
He's gonna go up to the roof.
All American Wrestling.
Yeah, and that was the thing about it, man, because Raw at the time was live. And then for a while they taped it. And nowadays it's live. It's live again.
I think in the beginning when Raw first was like it was live 1 week, tape 1 week, live 1 week, tape 1 week. But when WCW they started giving all their spoilers away. Like when Raw was like tape delay, they just give it all away. So then it forced WWE to have to go live because WCW just continued to give away their spoilers, and sometimes it would backfire on WCW because I remember the one night when Mick Foley won the world title, they gave it away on Nitro, and then everybody was curious, and then they turned from Nitro to Raw, so that kind of forced him to go live every week, which to Vince McMahon it was very disrespectful, but it actually I think pushed Raw to go live every week. And personally, for me, I like watching live wrestling. I mean, it's fine if it's taped every once in a while, but there's nothing. There's nothing like that live wrestling TV feeling.
Right. Anything can happen.
Yeah, like it's like the show's called Raw. Like it's raw, unfiltered. Like they're slick. I went to WrestleCon this year, and someone was dressed up like Slick. Kamala.
You got it, Giant. R.I.P. You ever heard his music? The man made music.
I forget who the other guy is with the mask and like the white and black mask. I forget
his name.
Harvey Whippleman. He's running out of there. Who the heck is this?
Oh, that's Damian Demento, I believe.
That's a perfect matchup for the Undertaker.
This is the main. I think this is the main event of the first Raw.
Yeah, like these episodes were short. Like they were only an hour.
Yeah.
Damian Demento.
I remember that because he that was a character that was only used like one time. That was the only time you ever saw was whenever the Undertaker squashed him. That was it. That was the only time I ever saw him. I think a lot of these characters that Vince would make, he would just make for bigger superstars to squash in a squash match. Because a lot of these characters are just so silly and off the wall. I mean, as if a Walking Dead man isn't silly. But Damian Demento, I mean, that's just off the wall. I mean, I think at the time that he created these characters just for bigger superstars to just squash.
I mean, you were a dumpster, you were a goon, you were a Brooklyn Brawler, you were a clown, and I think that's what gave WCW the edge because there was like real, like
reality based at the time.
And instead of using your gimmick name, you're gonna use your real name, like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. And eventually WWE went away with that, but these were the gimmick days. Like you were a viper, like a vampire right here, or you're a dead man, like you were something. Like Shawn Michaels was the exception.
Shawn Michaels was Shawn Michaels was a male dancer. That was his character.
Yeah.
But it was kind of an undertone that he was a male stripper. But the character of Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, was a male dancer. And that's what Vince came up with. This is all from the mind of Vince McMahon, folks.
His was kind of him and like Mr. Perfect, and like some of them were like they weren't too gimmicky, but they were still they still fit in with the rest of them. Like it was a very cartoonish show. And WCW pushed them to get out of that.
Oh yeah, big time.
Because like WCW started getting real, like it felt more real and more not so like would you rather watch a faction like the NWO with policemen in the ring with guns, or would you rather watch a show with Doink the Clown and the Goon?
Exactly.
So it forced WWE to kind of step it up a little bit. Because I don't remember this dude right here. I probably have seen this before. I've probably seen him before, but he wasn't memorable.
I mean, this is the only time I ever saw Damian Demento in the WWF. Because I had been watching beforehand. I'd never seen him before.
like you were saying, like I feel like they built all these kind of gimmick people. So guys like Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Steiners, like your bigger guys could just squash these guys,
Yeah,
and these guys can take a loss. Like nobody cares if these guys lose or win. That's it.
that was a brutal looking tombstone too.
That was the last. That was the first you seen of him on Raw, and that's the last of it you probably seen.
That's the last.
And there's that fan. Uh, I forget what that fan's name is, but he had a documentary on Peacock.
Yeah, the
He was there.
Israel. Yeah, I see him. Yeah,
He was there every week for like he was there every week that the wrestlers started to know who he was. Next week's a steel cage match. Who's
and
Woody
that's
Allen?
Willie Allen versus Mia Farrow in the steel cage match. Now at the time, man, that was just the dumbest thing they could ever pull. And I'm glad that they stopped doing that because I think that was the last time they ever did anything like that.
Who cares about?
But you know how Vince was though? He would always take things that were going on in popular culture and try to make fun of it somehow.
Any like whatever was going on in the world, he would incorporate it into his product. Basically,
Yes,
that's what
in a horrible fashion most of the time.
who cares about Woody Allen? What's going on? Like this is like the closing, I believe.
Not it's Crush, bruh. It's Crush.
Crush was in Demolition for a little bit, I believe. He was the third member that a lot of people may not know.
This is warning, bruh.
I mean, we'll be watching the second episode, everyone. So don't go away. We're gonna watch episodes 1 and 2 tonight.
You got that, brother? Believe it or not, Crush is Hawaiian. A lot of people don't think he's Hawaiian, but he is.
What the hell?
Oh man,
Whose music is playing?
that's Crush's. It's his
Wow,
old theme song.
I thought it was like Scott Hall or somebody with the guitar. Like, yeah, they're gonna end it with Bobby Heenan, but they should have just came into like an empty auditorium.
That's exactly what they should have did.
That was a pretty decent episode. It was.
Oh, that was so fun. Yeah, because I remember watching as a kid, man, and like it was exciting because, like I said, that was the first time that we were able to digest the storylines on, as far as wrestling on one show, and at the time it was pretty groundbreaking for a young wrestling fan like me to watch.
Yeah, back then, like I remember as a kid, like I would watch old Memphis wrestling, and it was kind of like that. Let me get on. I guess for me, my favorite part of that episode was probably the Bobby Heenan stuff. That was probably my favorite stuff. Some of the matches, like they're pretty much all squash matches. I mean, I guess the best match would probably be the Shawn Michaels and
Max.
What was his name? Even that was a squash match, but it was a little bit.
It was longer than I thought it would be. I was like watching it now. It was longer than I remember.
Like that was probably the longest match. I mean, Yokozuna crushed Coco, and the Steiners crushed whoever they went against. Yeah, I'm ready for the second episode whenever you are.
All right, pulling it up.
Okay, but yeah, that was Raw back then. Bobby Heenan was by far the most entertaining thing on the show.
Absolutely.
I mean, there was some fun matches. I mean, the Undertaker match was whatever. It only lasted like 15 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the Shawn Michaels maximum was entertaining.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And it was interesting seeing Shawn Michaels not use a super kick for his finisher. He used the super kick, but he didn't use it he didn't win with it.
It was more of a signature move in back then.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm pushing. But this is the 11th, it's the 18th, and then so next week if we I forgot to say we're going to be doing these things on Thursdays and Saturdays. Uh, so Saturday we could watch the Royal Rumble 1993. Uh,
Man, that'd be fun.
since like we did that was January 11th, 1993. This is the 18th, 93. So the very next Raw would be the Monday after the Royal Rumble.
Right.
So we might as well just watch the Royal Rumble to follow up with the next Raw. So
That
is
sounds
that the
good to me. 93 was a good one.
Repo Man? I don't know who the hell that was, but I
All
think
right,
it
hold
was.
on. Let me go back. Let me go back. Okay.
You're gonna start over.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
What's your timestamp?
Right now, I am. Oh, look at my TV. 24 seconds.
Oh, they got that stupid guy on there still.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
the
the Repo Man.
yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he stole his hat.
That becomes a thing in the show too. Formerly known as a Black Top Bully, he was also in Demolition.
Yeah, he was in Demolition. If anyone didn't know, he played quite a few characters. He played. I saw him at a meet and greet one time, and he liked pictures and then a lot of his different gimmicks and stuff that he did. Um,
You
I
notice
always
that
thought,
Vince won't let Macho wrestle, but he'll let him get attacked, and then let him get his hat stolen. But you're not getting in the ring to fight. But we'll have somebody attack you and steal your hat.
I mean, they could at least. It was a nothing match. Who wants to see Macho Man versus Repo Man? But at least have a match with it.
At least let Macho in the ring.
Like get his payback. But Terry Taylor,
Terry Taylor.
terrific Terry Taylor. I like Terry Taylor. If anyone's watched like a lot of the old WCW and like AWA and stuff, he was really good.
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen his work. I remember when they first got to WWF, they made fun of him with his gimmick, and then they changed it up a little bit.
Mr.
Mr.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Now on paper, this looks like a pretty good match.
Yeah.
But
R.I.P.
I always like Mr. Perfect. Uh, I probably wasn't. Well, no, he got in pretty big trouble in the. If anyone's watched the Plane Ride from Hell stuff, he got released and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
They kept the Golden Boy.
I mean, he was a good enough character to be a world champion, but I mean, he after the Plane Ride from Hell, he died shortly after.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have been world champion anyways, because you had guys like Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, all them coming in. So. But he won the Intercontinental Champion multiple times, Mr. Perfect did.
Yeah. It's a nice sized crowd for that room.
Yeah, it was pretty like when they had a Raw every week. Like every week, it was just at the same place. It was pretty like I didn't see one seat not full. Like it was always pretty packed. Like I would probably like that, like because it was probably the same fans every week because it's in the same location. So a lot of the same
Yeah.
fans, a lot of the same fans could probably go every week.
That makes sense. Yeah. Like the ECW arena always had the same fans.
Yeah, a lot of the same fan. Kind of like that fan that we were talking about just a minute ago. What's his name? Vlad. Uh, They made a documentary about him. He lived
Yeah,
in New
I've
York.
seen it.
Like he lived in New York, so he could go to this every week.
Mm-hmm. Running in and out of the ring. He kept the crowd going though.
Terry Taylor, is the face Mr. Perfect? I'm assuming so because he got the crowd pretty riled up.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, because Terry Taylor's at being more cowardly
Yeah, because he
by
kind of
running
like
around.
he kind of cowardly running across the ring and stuff.
Because I think at this time, Mr. Perfect was playing the babyface. I think he was going through a babyface run.
Normally, every time I've seen him watch stuff, he was always a heel. Mr.
Yeah.
Perfect was. He was a great heel. Bobby Heenan's on the phone.
McMahon, he's even funny on the phone, dude. I love Bobby. He is so hilarious. Bobby is going off on the phone live on Raw. Nothing like a Bobby Heenan crash out, man. Those are good.
He was hilarious. That's funny.
Damn, he should Macho Man up right there.
This is easily better than every match on that first episode.
Yeah.
They're doing some pretty good mat wrestling here.
Bobby's still on the phone.
Right where they look
Yeah.
back for the commercial break.
Hello? Hello?
They just stopped talking to him. Oh, he's still on the phone.
He's still there. Hello?
Davis, I always loved Terry Taylor. I've always liked Terry Taylor too. Um, especially from like his younger days. Like he was very very good.
Bobby Heenan. Oh man, I miss that guy. I really do. He was hilarious.
From a far distance, Terry Taylor kind of looks like Roddy Piper because of his hair, probably.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that.
Only because of his hair and his body stature. But they're very different wrestlers, in ring wise and personality wise.
Vince McMahon is just trying to keep up and just trying not to crash out on Bartlett, man, because he is just rambling on commentary.
Oh, it's a good spawn buster.
Oh,
See, both these guys can work a pretty good match. Mr.
yeah.
Perfect and Terry Taylor. Guys like these, they can put on a good match anytime you need them to put on a good match. Ooh, almost diagnosed neck.
Oh, gut wrench.
Moves like that always scare me because if you don't pick them up the right way, you can easily break someone's neck.
Right.
Brock Lesnar did that to Hardcore Holly. He dropped him on his head and broke his neck.
That was brutal. I remember watching that. That was so brutal.
Ever since I watched that, every time someone does a move like that, I'm always worried that they're not going to pick him up all the way, and they're just going to drop him on their head.
And you look at that too, man, and it's as if Brock Lesnar meant to drop him on his head. If
Yeah,
you really look at it, it looked like he just meant to fucking almost kill him.
he just
He
dropped
just
him
dropped him.
because Brock Lesnar had to. Brock Lesnar could pick anybody out.
Brock
So
Lesnar can F5 the Big Show. If he can F5 the Big Show, he could have picked up. He could have powerbombed that dude correctly. I mean, Hardcore Holly, man. He damn near lost. He damn near lost his whole career over that one powerbomb.
yeah, he was out for over a year. Oh, that was a good move.
Oh, high angle atomic drop. Well, actually, that's the Manhattan drop. I think a lot of people get it confused because the Manhattan drop is when they drop them on when you get dropped on your balls. The atomic drop is when you get dropped on your butt bone.
Yeah, hey Ric Flair, he's gonna ruin the match, or he's gonna cost Mr. Perfect. Yeah, he's gonna cost him the match.
Oh, Flair's on the attack.
So Mr. Perfect is the babyface in this
Yeah,
because he's getting Ric Flair's costing him the match.
because I believe Ric Flair turned on Mr. Perfect. That's what turned Mr. Perfect babyface.
Mr. Perfect's still gonna win.
Oh, we got the perfect plex. There it goes.
Perfect plays. I always love the perfect plays. That was a pretty good match.
Yeah, he runs right backstage for Flair.
I always loved Mr. Perfect's finisher because he did it so perfectly. Like the timing that he would like pick him up and then quickly slam him.
Yeah, he'd always do like that. He would always do like that double step before he flips him. He'll
Yeah,
like do that double step and then he'll go. It's
like
like he had it down to a science.
yeah, like he like took the extra step and then he like quickly I don't know how to explain it. Like he would like the pace that he would do it was so perfect.
Yeah,
Slim Jim. I knew one of those commercials was gonna pop up in here.
and that's the cool thing about the Slim Jim deal that Macho Man had. He took that all. He took that to WCW with him.
Yeah,
That
the
was
whole
his.
thing.
That was his deal. It wasn't like WWF brought that to him. No, that was a Macho Man Slim Jim deal. So basically, I mean, he could like when he left the WCW, he took the Slim Jim sponsorship with him.
Because Macho Man still like to this day he still has Slim Jim because you can go in the store and you'll find Macho Man Slim Jims
Yeah,
still. So Macho Man and Slim Jim will always be associated with each other. Like you can't separate them.
hmm
But like that's something like he took a whole sponsor with him. Like
yeah,
you didn't just lose Macho Man, you lost the whole sponsor too.
exactly.
Bret Hart.
With the wing deal belt, I love that belt.
They brought that back. What was it last year or something in WWE with Kevin Owens and Cody?
Yeah,
I don't think it was the actual like. I don't think it was the one Bret Hart's got, but it was based like a replica.
hmm
Stu Hart. I love those old shirts that like those old Bret Hart shirts in the crowd.
yeah. Those retro shirts are pretty cool.
But so,
I'm a huge fan of those retro shirts.
yeah, you can. I like buying like on eBay, going and buying like the actual ones they sold back in the day.
Yeah,
Sometimes they're expensive though.
Oh, they can be. I've seen some real expensive ones. I've seen a Dusty Rhodes classic shirt. Um, it's like it had to have been like maybe I would say about circa maybe 1980. I want to say 88 or 89. It was pretty. It was a pretty old shirt because the design of it, it was very retro, and it was like close to $1,000, maybe 900,000 bucks
I
for a
couldn't even.
T-shirt.
Yeah, some of those shirts, especially if they're autographed, like I've seen one like Ultimate Warrior signed shirt from 1992. It was like
Hmm.
$3,000. Bret Hart could always deliver a good promo. Paul Bear. Oh, was this the thing that you're talking about? The like hunger for.
Yeah, yeah. This is like so weird. I mean, that coming from the Undertaker. For I
That's
don't know. It's
something.
just weird.
That's something you have like the Steiner brothers or the someone that doesn't have a character like that. I mean, could you imagine like Kane doing something like that? Like,
Right?
or
The old Kane.
yeah, like the
Then
attitude of Kane. Like, could you
kids
imagine him doing
should
something like
not
that?
starve.
I couldn't imagine him doing something like that. Or like Stone Cold Attitude Era. I don't see him doing something like
Yeah, I could never see Stone Cold doing that.
that. It'd be
That'd be
like,
so funny. Ico Pro. That supplement tastes like crap. Didn't do anything for you.
who is this dude?
It tastes like straight up cement, man. It was not good.
I don't remember who this dude was. Looks like,
He,
I don't know.
it's a random jobber.
Looks like he doesn't even know where he's at. I mean, he turned around and looked at Marginetti while he ran him over to the turnbuckle.
You
Uh,
see that neon WWF sign in the background? That's what whenever I think about old school WWF, I think about that big neon sign back there.
the like old WWE. No, the Econ Pro. So you're talking about the like the white.
That in the logo, the
Yeah,
neon logo.
yeah. Like when I think about the old Raws, I think about that logo. And like they have all that stuff still in the like headquarters or the.
Hmm.
That's Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. So they just let Shawn Michaels on the phone just to shit on Marty Jannetty
During the match.
during the match. Vince did not like Marty Jannetty, dude. He did not like him for some reason.
He said the Rocker used to rock and shadow and roll.
But at the same time, Mark Jannetty didn't help his own career either. He did his own damage too. So
A lot of it was outside of wrestling, the stuff that he was doing. Like,
hmm
and to this day, like he's messed up. Like I think he had his leg amputated, or I
yeah.
think he did.
But that was like a few either I don't know how long ago that was. But yeah, that happened.
I know they were saying that he would have had to get both of his legs, but I think it was just one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I think
I
it's from an
know,
injury he never took care of, and like I think that's what led. I mean, it's kind of what started the catalyst of it all was that an injury that he never took care of.
yeah. A lot of those injuries, if you don't, if you wait like years down the road, something like that's probably going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what the injury is. It's like, but a lot of those guys back then, like they would wrestle on top of injuries for years,
Yeah,
and they never get them looked at because back then they weren't guaranteed. Like if you missed a Raw, you weren't getting paid.
right.
That's
Like
kind of
Mr.
what.
Wonderful, he wrestled half his career without a bicep. Like he had nothing right here. It was gone.
And I know, like that's what Jesse Ventura was trying to do. Like uh, he was trying to start like a union or something, and Hulk Hogan ratted him out. Uh,
Yeah, that happened.
because a lot of those guys like today you're guaranteed money, you're guaranteed to get paid, but back then if you
Mm-hmm.
weren't wrestling you weren't getting paid. So and like a lot of those guys had tons of injuries,
Yeah.
so a lot of injuries weren't being recovered, and years down the road, I mean, God, this dude's terrible in the ring. I mean, Mario Jannetty's trying to carry him, but
Yeah, you can totally tell. You can totally see that.
like you can see him talking and stuff. I've seen stuff like this. If anyone doesn't know, I used to referee, so when people move around the ring in a certain way, I can tell what they're doing. Especially like inexperienced wrestlers, like
Mm.
you can just tell.
Macho Man is pissed about that hat. Where's my hat? What you gonna do about it, Vince? Huh? The Repo Man running around stealing my hat. He's gonna dog and pony show you're running here, Vince.
That was actually a pretty good finisher. It's kind of like Dolph Ziggler's finisher, but
Yeah, the rocker dropper.
yeah, that's pretty cool. That was a nothing match, though. I mean,
That
the only thing that
was a
happened,
filler.
was Shawn Michaels on the phone just trashing him,
I think that was the only purpose of that was just to have Sean make his appearance on the show via the phone.
just to get him in the show somewhere.
You can imagine as an 8-year-old kid watching this, I'm like, I want to see the Royal Rumble. I want to watch the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
Can we?
I my uncle told me this story. It was like in 1995. It was like SummerSlam. He didn't know what he was doing on the TV. He started pressing buttons and stuff, and he ended up ordering SummerSlam. Uh, and then they cut it on TV, and they were like, "How did why are we getting SummerSlam? Like we didn't order this." Then they get their TV bill and they see $59.99 SummerSlam.
Yep.
My grandpa didn't know what he was pressing buttons, and he just ended up ordering the pay per view.
I'll admit I annoyed the shit out of my granddad until he paid for that Royal Rumble. I did not want to miss it, man. Because like I said, it was my first time even getting to watch a pay per view, and I was like, hell yeah, I want to see this. And like it's the first time I heard the concept of Royal Rumble, and you have all 40 men in and one left in there. I was like, as a kid, you're like, hell yeah, I want to see this.
You want to see all the wrestlers in there at once.
Hell yeah.
See, back then, I only got to watch SmackDown every week. This is like in the Ruthless Aggression area, but my favorite wrestler was John Cena and Jeff Hardy and all them, and they were on Raw, so I couldn't watch Raw. So I would beg my mom to like up our TV so we could get both. Uh, I believe at that time it was like Batista was on SmackDown, The Undertaker, Jericho. But if anyone has watched the podcast long enough, my childhood favorite was Jeff Hardy. It was between Jeff Hardy and John Cena, and they both were on Raw, so I couldn't watch them. So I ended up going to my grandparents' house or somebody every Monday night just to watch John Cena or Jeff Hardy because we didn't get it at home at that time. Like all we got was SmackDown. See, these days, like I don't think kids will probably have. I don't think kids will have to go through that because you can just watch anything on YouTube now, uh, like highlights and stuff.
Yeah.
Back then, there was no internet, so if you didn't watch a show, you just didn't watch it.
Right. Either that or you had to rely on a friend to have a tape or something, you know.
Yeah, like you would know someone that recorded it and gave you a tape to watch it. That's the only way you were able to, or and unless you watch like this show, like the WWF Mania, and they probably show like recaps and stuff. That's the only way. 100% caffeine free. What is he eating, son? He's in the Slim Jim.
Yep, of course.
He guess he's making himself useless since his commentary skills are well lackluster, to say at least.
You can tell that Vince is a little bit annoyed with Bartlett right now.
Like what did I get myself into? Sean Mooney. Repo Man.
Does he have tires? I think he has tires on his shoulders and on his elbow. Cut off tires. That's exactly what it is. Who came up with this gear?
That's bad. That's bad. Like that's your gimmick is tires on you, like cut off pieces of tire.
That's exactly what those are. Could you imagine the writer's room, the creative? Like, oh wait, well, he's a repo man, right? Give him tires on the shoulders and on his elbows too. Yeah. We're really gonna sell. He repos cars. It's like, what the hell?
I guess you're trying to work your way up, but obviously he was. If anyone doesn't know, he was also in Demolition, so he got his reward, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the same time, golly.
I mean, you could totally tell that the Repo Man was geared for kids.
Yeah, he was a heel you wanted to see someone like Macho Man beat. Like,
right.
That's all he was there. He was just there to basically put over the bigger guys. Like, what the hell am I watching?
I mean, and he's in full gear. The Repo Man is in full gear.
That's crazy.
Wow. I would have been a fly on the wall of that creative meeting, creating that character.
Man, I've seen worse, but that's probably one of the worst I've seen. El Drunko, I think, is a little bit worse.
Ico Po, I remember that used to taste like straight up crap, and it gave you diarrhea. It was horrible. They quit selling it like within a couple of years of them advertising the stuff because nobody bought it after a while because it made people sick.
Yeah. Macho Man. No, Bret Hart and Razor Ramon.
And Razor Ramon. Because I remember watching '93 Royal Rumble, and I think that the Royal Rumble itself kind of overshadowed the championship match. Because after Yokozuna won the Royal Rumble, it was like nobody really cared about the championship match.
It's better to have the, especially at the Royal
Well, you're
Rumbles.
muted over there. It sounds like
Can you hear me?
either that or hold on. Let me check my sound. Hold on. Oh, my sound's good, huh? Must be over there with you. I don't know what's going on with the sound.
Can you hear me? Let me come back.
He'll be right back, folks. Have a slight difficulty with his stuff. Let me sure you can hear me over
Can you hear me now?
there. No, you're still out.
It's down. What about now?
Try going in your. I still can't hear you. I don't know what's going on your end.
Hmm. Can you hear me now?
No, I still can't hear you. Try restarting. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. He will be right back, folks. He is starting up his stuff up again. Technical difficulties happens all the time. I go through it all the time myself, so it's no big deal. But yeah, '93 was like you can say the year I started watching wrestling. Like became a hardcore fan of it because beforehand I've been watching wrestling sporadically over the years, like in the early '90s. Um, but like around '93, that's when I was really became enthralled into it, and I became the fan I am today. You know. Um, but yeah, it was the Royal Rumble of 1993, and yeah, we're back at Raw. But yeah, we're gonna be doing this every week, folks. So come hang out with us every week. We're gonna be doing the retro Raw replays and the retro Nitro replays every week, Thursdays and Saturdays here on the Wide World Wrestling Podcast. I always love going back and watching these old Raws.
Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you. I don't know what it is. Let me try to come back. Let me because it may be just I don't know. Let me try. I'll be right back.
Uh, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. Uh, yeah, we're getting on. What's going on now? There's 5 people in here. Whoever's watching, definitely comment and tell us what was your favorite moment. If you watched Raw in 1993, who was something that you remember that stuck out? Uh, Tino Santana. This wasn't Tino Santana. This was like a different character of his. This was. I just said it just a minute ago. This is Tino Santana. Tino Santana. Just a different character name, I believe. Ric Flair. Ric Flair and Tino Santana. This is probably going to be. How did we go? Mr. Jacobs will be back shortly. Davis. I always loved the old Raw logo. Yeah, the neon one that Mr. Jacobs was talking about was always very cool with all the colors and stuff. But also like the old logo was really cool. But definitely that nostalgia feeling. Ric Flair's the heel in this. In the beginning of the episode, it was Mr. Perfect and Terry Taylor, and Ric Flair tried to cost Mr. Perfect his match. Uh, Mr. Jacob. All right, sounds good. Just no problem. What was I saying? Yeah, Mr. Perfect, and Terry Taylor had a match. Ric Flair tried to cost uh, Mr. Perfect his match, but uh, he did kind of became when the referee was distracted. He took him slammed against steel steps, put him back in the ring. Many would assume that would be the end of the match, but he reversed it, put him in the his finisher, and Mr. Perfect won the match. Immediately headed into the back to try to get Ric Flair. So I would imagine Mr. Perfect would try doing something to retaliate against Ric Flair. I guess that was an ongoing feud. Like from what I'm watching, the ongoing feuds right now in the WWF would have been Bret Hart and Razor Ramon. That's the world title picture. You got Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Uh, I guess you consider whatever Bobby Heenan's doing. Macho Man and the Repo Man. That's kind of a feud, one mini feud, I guess. So there's like three main feuds going on the show, like actual feuds. There's uh, Owen Hart, no, Bret Hart, and Razor Ramon. There's Shawn and Martinetti, and there's Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect. I would imagine there would be more feuds going on the other shows, like Superstars and stuff like that. That doesn't make its way on the Raw. But Raw was like the big storylines, I guess, like the big ones that you want to put on your biggest show you're trying to sell. Oh, they used a lot of jobbers back then. We pretty much this one's not a jobber match, but this is not a squash match, I'd say, because it's already gone all. In my opinion, if a match goes over 5 minutes, it's not a squash match. Uh, the beginning match wasn't a squash match. It was a pretty good match actually with Terry Taylor and Mr. Perfect, and this is beginning to be an okay match too. Oh, but just think about this: 1993 and 94. A lot of them leave. Flair leaves, Savage leaves, Steiner's leave, Okerlund leaves, Heenan leaves. They all go to WCW, and that's when WWF is kind of like in their new generation era. Like they're trying to get all these new stars like Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. Uh, Shortly there's Austin, there's Triple H, there's 1-2-3 Kid, Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon for a little bit. Him and Diesel, Hall and Nash, they go to WCW two in '96, I believe. So they're not there much longer in this new generation era. But they're trying to push the new generation. Uh, the new generation era. That's when WCW was getting all the big stars. So WWF was having build from the ground up, new stars and stuff, because they couldn't rely on the old stars. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. I think that did it. I don't know what the hell happened. All of a sudden, I couldn't hear anything.
No, you're fine. Maybe it's on my end. I don't know. Did you keep it going or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept mine going too. I knew that was going to happen. I was saying that since Ric Flair kind of got involved in his match in the beginning of the show, that Mr. Perfect was probably going to get involved in this match.
It was a good match too, man. That was good. That was probably the best match of the night, right there.
He just pushed Pat Patterson to Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, the Sergeant Slaughter right there.
I think the beginning match, I think like the opening match and this main event were the best matches.
Yeah, man, that was awesome.
Mr. Perfect and Terry Taylor was a good match, and that main event was very entertaining too. Oh, that was something. So I guess like the main feuds is like Flair and Perfect, Hart and Razor Ramon and Michaels and Jannetty.
Yeah.
Like, those are the three main. Well, I guess you could say Macho Man and Repo Man. I guess that's like a mini feud, I guess.
Yeah, Schwartz, yeah.
Kind of like a little mini feud. I is still going at it.
Oh yeah, I do remember they had the loser leaves the company match. I remember that.
I'm assuming Flair loses and goes to WCW.
Yeah, that's when he goes to WCW. When he loses to Mr. Perfect.
I was just saying that, in '94, a lot of them leave. Flair's not there anymore. Okerlund, Heenan, Steiner's. A lot of them head over to WCW.
Yeah. I love he came back and yelled.
Wow. That was definitely a way to build a match. Which Flair's always good at promos, so that's not really a surprise.
So that's going to be on the next Raw. The loser leaves the company match. That's going to be the main event of next Raw.
It's definitely a ratings draw.
Hell yeah, I watched that. I'm like, hell yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Flair possibly, Flair out of all people, having a loser leaves WWF match.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, a lot of people were glued to a lot of these wrestlers, so they didn't want to see him leave. So they were like, in a loser leaves town match, it was very like if you're a big fan of Ric Flair, you're going to be probably really upset if he loses.
Right.
Even though he's the bad guy, because Flair is still he's the bigger name out of him and Perfect.
True.
But I don't know, Mr. Perfect's got quite about in that auditorium, that Manhattan Center. He's got quite a bit of fans.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, he's still in the Macho Man's
He's doing a pro.
Explorer. It says it, no, it's Bartlett's car.
Hey, that's part of their cue that he's gone.
It's a Trailblazer that he stole. That was hilarious. Oh, we're gonna have fun with this retro replays. This is gonna be fun.
Just from like a lot of the characters, it's very cartoonish for the good and the worst. But it's funny seeing like the Repo Man doing stuff like that. But yeah, I think for me, out of the first two episodes, I really enjoyed the second episode the most. Uh,
Yeah.
I guess for me, the first episode I guess was very I guess getting all the big stars on there like Shawn Michaels. He had a squash match, Undertaker, Steiner's, and then for the second episode was like more in ring heavy because the first match was Perfect and Terry Taylor. That match lasted quite a while. It was a pretty good match. And
Yeah.
the main event lasted a good while, and it was a pretty good match. And the follow up was, the Flair and Perfect brawl and stuff, setting up their match for the following week. Uh, Whoever loses has to leave the World Wrestling Federation. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed both of them, but for me, the second episode was definitely the best. But what did you think about both episodes?
I mean, love them. Going back and watching them a second time, because like I said, the first time I watched these, I was probably about I would say about 8 or 9 years old when they premiered, and going back and rewatching them is very nostalgic, and I still enjoy it. Um, and it kind of reminded me why I fell in love with the whole thing in the first place. Because it's no matter what, it's always going to give you some entertainment, and it's my kind of entertainment.
Yeah, it's definitely this this style of Raw is very entertainment. Uh, if you're looking to get a laugh or get like just to be entertained, they did. I think they did the job. Uh, Something like Repo Man, I feel like that would be kind of funny to watch. Uh,
Yeah.
a lot of the different characters and stuff, like the Repo Man or the Doink the Clown or some of these off the wall kind of gimmicks and stuff, I guess it'd be kind of entertaining to watch. Um,
Yeah.
but they also had a lot of good in ring action because I think the second episode was the more in ring heavy. Uh, but the first episode was more like, I guess it's the first episode. You're trying to get all your big names out there. Shawn
Right.
Michaels, Undertaker, Razor Ramon. But this one had Bret Hart in it. He didn't wrestle, but he had that promo, the build up to the Royal Rumble that Sunday. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, I thought that was very. Both episodes were very entertaining. It definitely reminded me how like entertaining wrestling was.
Yeah.
To a lot of people, it's in ring stuff, but a lot of the characters can get people into it. Not all of them, because some of them are just stupid and they don't make sense. But if done right, like the Doink the Clown, like that's a very good way to get fans into it, especially the live crowd. I guess it just depends what kind of gimmick you're going for. If you're going for like I don't know, the Repo Man or the Goon or something that may or may not work. But this version of Raw at the beginning was very cartoonish,
Mm.
which that shifted, uh, which we'll see that shift. The more we keep watching, we'll see it. When
Yeah.
WCW really starts taking a hold of, like, making them have to change things. Yeah, I really enjoyed both these episodes. As Miss Jacobs said while I was out, we're gonna be doing these retro stuff on Thursdays and Saturdays. So I guess this Saturday we'll do the Royal Rumble 1993 because
Yeah.
that's where it was leading to. Watch the first two, and then after that Raw episode we just watched, the next Sunday was the Royal Rumble, and then the very next night was Raw. So I guess we might as well watch the Royal Rumble while we're at it. But
Why not?
yeah, because I like watching all the old Royal Rumbles, especially from the '90s, like the Golden Era and stuff. Like they had a lot
Yeah.
of good Royal Rumbles. Uh, but yeah, that was pretty much it for our live reaction tonight. As Mr. Jacob said, we'll be back every Thursday and Saturday for these. Saturday we'll do the Royal Rumble, then next Thursday we'll be back on the Raws and stuff. I guess we'll do like the pay-per-views when they come to one, like Survivor. Like whenever Raw gets to a pay-per-view, we'll watch that as well to keep going and to keep progressing with the storylines. So we're just not watching Raw. Like we're watching the storylines conclude and the big matches conclude and stuff through the pay-per-views, because some big matches happen on Raw and some happened on pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be doing these every week. We're going to be getting in the hang of doing more stuff on here, the retro stuff. Because for me, modern is okay, but to me, like the old school stuff was the best stuff. Like the Attitude Era, and WCW days, and those were the peak of wrestling. I don't think that they're gonna get back to those days. Wrestling's hit or miss these days. You might get some good stuff, but it's not on a level of stuff like that.
Right.
But as times change, wrestling changes, and for the better or worse. But yeah, I really can't wait to go through the Attitude Era, because we're just in the new generation era. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing like the transition periods. Like I know the transition periods, but I never watched them in real time. To see the transition periods to like the new generation going to the Attitude Era, then the Attitude Era into the purchase of WCW, and then from that to the Ruthless Aggression Era. Yeah, definitely subscribe if you haven't. I got links in the description below. Definitely check out the our Facebook page of the Wide World of Wrestling. I'm going to be changing up some things, our logos and stuff, I guess, to rebrand some stuff to kind of fit what we're doing now with the retro stuff. So definitely check out our Facebook. Definitely check out Mr. Jacob's Twitch channel. I'll put in the link in the description. Also, his YouTube channel. He posts a lot of YouTube content, so definitely go check out Mr. Jacob's YouTube channel. Definitely subscribe here and the All Elite Zone. I don't know what's going to happen with the All Elite Zone at this point. I'm thinking of some ideas what we can do with that channel, because I don't want it to be just sitting there, because we both started that channel from the ground up. But definitely subscribe to the All Elite Zone if you haven't, and turn on notifications for both channels to never miss what we do. But yeah, is there any final words that you want to say before we sign off?
Nothing. Thanks for hanging out with us, and hang out with us next week. We'll be back with more retro replays.
Yeah, we'll be back this Saturday for the Royal Rumble. Then we'll be back next Thursday for Raw. So definitely stay tuned to our Facebook and on here. And yeah, we'll see you guys Thursday for our Royal Rumble 1993 reaction.
Yeah, peace.